Pokemon Sword and Shield. I believe I don't need to introduce this game anymore, right? Released back in November last year, this is the newest Pokemon main series games after Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And the Isle of Armor DLC just dropped in last week. Now, Pokemon Sword and Shield comes with a new wristband feature, just like all other games starting from Generation 6. Gen 6 introduces Mega with Pokemon X and Y. Gen 7 introduces the Z moves, which first of all is a really cheeky name coming from Game Freak. You know, we have Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, and you'd expect a third game called Pokemon Z, but nope, we're giving the Z to a wristband feature in the next game. And with Gen 8, they're like, hey, both of them, we're doing big Pokemons now. I think the concept of Dynamax and Gigantamax is like basically combining both Mega and Z move, you know, with a form change similar to how Mega Evolution is, and how the move becomes stronger and have new names, and the Pokemon becomes big. And in this video, I'll be talking about the moves a Pokemon has for Dynamax, but not the English version. I will talk about the Japanese version. Now, disclaimer, I am not a Japanese speaker. I'm only a Japanese learner and I'm still not that fluent in Japanese, so I might make mistakes, and I apologize for that. Now that that's out of the way, let me explain a little bit how the moves are named. In the English dub of the game, the moves are all preceded by the prefix Max. For example, the fire type one is Max Flare and the ground type is Max Quake. In Japanese, it is the same, essentially, but instead of Max, they use the prefix Dai, which roughly translates to big, which in my opinion is fitting. And the names of the moves themselves are mostly using English words. And this is where things get funky. I'll name a few examples. The fire type move, which in English is called Max Flare, in Japanese is Dai Ban. And we've established before that Dai means big. And then the Ban part of the name is the Japanese spelling for the word burn. So technically it's called Big Burn. To me this is ridiculous because in my head when you say, let's say Cinderace use Big Burn, let's say Cinderace will then deliver the sickest burn you've ever heard in your life, you can't recover from that. Another ridiculous one is the ground type move. It's called Max Quake in English, and in Japanese it's called Dai Ace. This one has a little bit of backstory with me. I was playing on the Japanese version of Swish, trying to catch a G-Max Toxtricity. Naturally, I would use a ground type move against it because it's 4 times weak to ground. And when I Dynamax my Pokemon and read the Japanese name of the move, I was like, what is this trying to say? And it took me a solid minute to figure out that this one does not say Big R's, but Big Earth. And at this point I was like, okay, this is ridiculous, man. It's as if they're trying to use the Big Earth to try and crush the opponent dead. And I know what you're thinking. This dude's an idiot. He thinks Earth refers to Earth. Oh ho ho. And then to that I say, I know, it refers to ground, hence why it's Earth. But it just seems ridiculous to me, okay? That's my opinion. And the last one. This to me takes the cake for being the most what the fuck name out of all 19 of them. It's the bug type move, which is called Max Flutterby or something in English, and it's called Dai Wam in Japanese. This one I only found out while researching for this video, and by research I mean looking through Bulbapedia for like 20 minutes, because I only use G-Max Butterfree as my G-Max bug type, and the bug type move it has is G-Max Befuddle, which is not the general one. And the name Dai Wam translates to, get this, it's called Big Worm. This, ladies and gentlemen, is probably the weirdest one out of all. First of all, the animation for this move does not even show worms. It's just butterfly spirits coming out of the Pokemon and boom, you're dead. If you've made it this far into the video, I must say thank you for listening to me listening to this random guy ranting about Pokemon moves into a microphone. Yeah, and don't take this video as me trying to disrespect the Japanese language, because I love the Japanese language myself and I've tried my best to not seem disrespectful.